They happened to hit a secondary IED and ended up killing all three of them at once. My name is John Michael. Hear my story. Well, growing up was it was pretty fun for me. I had two older sisters, and my dad being in the hotel business, we got to travel a lot. And when I was little, I don't really remember a lot of the traveling, but seeing videos and seeing pictures of my dad, taking us different places like Colorado, Louisiana, I got to see a lot of things that most people don't get to see as a young child. So I first knew when I wanted to get in the military around sophomore year. I really didn't know anything about it, but my sister was actually dating a Marine, and I got to see firsthand some of the pictures that he had. He was traveling around all over the US doing all kind of training and stuff like that. But I really made the decision around senior year. As soon as I graduated military police school, I was blessed with doing really, really well in MP school. And so they gave me an option to go K9 or HMX. HMX is where you're guarding the president. Anytime the president flies anywhere, that's what you're doing. That really didn't appeal to me. I looked at what K9 was doing, and they searched from point A to point B, making sure that no one steps on any IEDs. These dogs can find it with their nose and then alert the handler. And then, so really that for me appealed to me. That's what I wanted to do. Now my second deployment, that's where things got pretty hairy. Our whole mission was to get rid of the Taliban that was living in the village. And so we literally lived inside the village, and that's where my experience kicked in. These guys were 5-6 year veterans in wartime experience. One of my buddies, his name's Jose Armenta, he was searching. His dog went off to the right, and as his dog was going off to the right, he just so happened to step on the pressure plate. Explosive went off, the dog was okay, but Jose ended up losing his legs. And then another buddy of mine, it was pretty tough because, we deployed together doing our workup, so you get to know these guys really, really well. You get to know their families, how many kids they have and everything like that. And I remember getting the news about my buddy getting killed along with 3 other dudes. So what happened was, he was searching an area. His dog happened to find something, and then he went to go take his dog back on base. As he did that, he went and notified EOD, which they're supposed to dispose of the explosive. And as the EOD tech was going out to dispose of the explosive, he happened to hit a secondary IED. The secondary IED went off. He was injured pretty bad, so the medic went to go help him, and so did my buddy went to go help the guy that got blown up. They're trying to render first aid to him, dragging him to a building. Well, it was a very bad area, so as they're dragging him to another unclear area, they happened to hit a secondary IED and ended up killing all 3 of them at once. But that was a pretty good, reality check. Like you're going over there, you're doing your job, everything is good, but then when you start seeing your friends, losing limbs and stuff like that, it's a big reality check. You're like, wow, what I'm doing is pretty dangerous. You really don't get that feel to it whenever you're training and stuff like that, but when you're actually in the real world situation, and you start to see some of your friends go down, and it's a pretty big gut check. At first when I was going through some of these things early in my career as a Marine, I just thought that I could internalize it. I would internalize it, put it in the back of my head and say, hey, look, you're a Marine, I'm strong enough, you can get through this by yourself, and just keep pushing. But I noticed that my performance was lacking. I was having hard time going to sleep. I would get real agitated with certain things. I would come home and realize, my temper was real short. So I had to try to figure out what was going on and talk to other people that have been through the same similar situations. And the big thing that helped me was, staying active. Staying active in the gym, staying active, with my friends and family. And that was the big thing, is having a good support group of friends, close friends, that can get you out of those funks that you have. And I remember when one of my close buddies got killed, the big thing for me is I was trying to internalize. I would just stay in my room. I'd go to work, go back to my room, try to sleep it off. But one of my close friends, he made sure that I went to the gym with him. Anytime he was going out anywhere, I'd go with him. And then I finally started to realize, like, hey man, like, I can't do this on my own. I need help from other people to try to get through some of these situations. And luckily I've realized that at a very young age. And anytime I go through a bad situation, I know instantly, hey, I need to start reaching out to some of my friends and family and get help with them and talking about it. If I were talking to a service member that was on the verge of committing suicide, I would tell them right now to look past today. The biggest thing that I realized going through these hard times was a famous quote by Winston Churchill. He said, if you're going through hell, keep going. And that stuck with me a lot. Like, if you're going through hell, then just keep going, because you're going to get past these hard times. There were some real hard times where I didn't think that I was going to make it to the next day. And I questioned a lot of things. But looking past those hard times and my friends helping me get past those hard times, I've actually had a lot of great experiences. I met great people, and these friendships and everything like that you can hold on to. So whatever you're going through right now, you gotta start looking at all the positive things, all the things that have gotten you to this point, and then start looking towards your future. And there's a lot of support groups that can help you.